Good morning, lunatics. Welcome to Morning Java. Morning Java brought to you, as always, by our good friends at Get-Go Cafe and Market, where, Hunter, right now, all the time, not just right now, you can eat, really well at Get-Go because they've got the salads. We put chicken on our salads, but you can get cheese, you can get, croutons, whatever dressing you want, and they're good. They're good things.
I'm into it, and I'm also into this keto diet phase that's going around because basically the keto diet says you can eat all the bacon, all the chicken you want. It's just like protein and fat diet. It's my kind of diet right there.
For those who don't know, this is Hunter. This is Hunter's first time being on Morning Java. Hunter and I go back a long ways, back to college. Really good friend of mine. I just got his save the date in the mail, so I'm completely saving his date. I haven't sent him mine yet. But Hunter and I have this one thing we don't get along about. You may have seen, we like to argue over the condiment that we get with our Get-Go mozz sticks, because mozzarella sticks, they're important. You got to eat them.
Obviously.
We agree on that.
Yeah.
But Hunter, what do you dip your mozz sticks into?
The only thing you can dip a mozz stick in, which is ranch dressing. And I'm gonna throw this in there just to make this a harder debate for you. Get-Go uses Heinz Ranch, so if you go against this, you're also going against Heinz, and I don't know if you want to do that.
Get-Go also uses Heinz mozzarella stick sauce, also known as marinara sauce, because there's only one sauce you dip mozzarella sticks into, and it's marinara sauce. Heinz is that brand maker as well when you get it at Get-Go, but dude, there's only one. It's like eating pizza in a little thing. It's cheese covered in breading and then fried, and then you dip it in marinara sauce and you eat it, and it's like eating good cheese pizza stuff.
You know what else is good if you want that? Actual pizza.
No,
if you want pizza, get pizza.
I love eating pizza, but when I'm writing late at night, I like to get a little thing of mozz sticks. I like to get I go grab a 1% chocolate milk out of the fridge, and I eat my mozz sticks and my chocolate milk.
I just don't get the marinara. I don't get, ranch is superior. I mean, first of all, versatility-wise, I'll give you, marinara does pair well with mozz sticks. You talk about the pizza angle, I get that. However, if you're talking as a condiment, marinara is only good for that. Ranch, literally anything. Dunkin' and ranch, anything. Put it on your pizza. How do you feel about ranch on pizza? Pineapple pizza with ranch.
Chris, me and you go way back to when you were a lad and I had hair, more hair than I do now, and it was black. Going in 1996, was it?
That is correct.
I believe you started as a part-timer, young
intern
went to Cal University of Pennsylvania. He came in very eager to learn, and I got to teach him quite a bit, and he still turned out to be good, even though I taught him. And it's just funny. I can remember yesterday showing you all the little tricks of the computer system and how we go about doing different things as far as taking high school scores on the phone or doing this or that. And now here it is 23 years later, and we're working together again.
It is funny because when you start out, you kind of have to learn the menial stuff, the tasks like answering the phones and stuff that you think are, I'm going to be covering the Super Bowl. Yeah. But it was great to get that first experience in Beaver County, and working with John. One of the coolest things that we did was, as an intern, after your internship ended, you got to go to a Steelers, Penguins, Pirates game, and of course John was covering the Pirates, and he escorted me around the Pirates clubhouse. So I thought I was hot stuff there, all the players talking, and so that was really cool. That was the biggest highlight of that internship.
I'm sure, and it was good, and I could tell that you had it in you. You wanted to do well in this business. You really wanted to learn, and that's half the battle. If you're willing to learn and put in the work, good things will happen, and they have.
Yeah, it has, and I'm glad to be here. Obviously, the industry has changed a lot over the last 25 years. There's not too many of us left, but fortunately, we're at a great place like DK where we can still ply our trade and do what we love to do.
Absolutely, and we don't have to have the tight deadline like we did at 11 o'clock at night at the Beaver County Times, and those people would call in the scores at 4 minutes to 11 sometimes.
Yes, the deadline is huge. That's one of the things that I think if you're a journalist, that's been part of the problems with newspapers is the wanting to get away from the hard deadlines when obviously things happen at 11:01 as they do at 10:59.
Exactly, and if a lot of papers now pushing their deadlines up even earlier and earlier. USA Today, for example, who before I came here I was doing some freelance work for, I covered the Indians-Yankees playoff series in 2017 for them. They were all night games because the Yankees are the Yankees and are going to play in prime time. And I was told, don't even worry about writing for the paper. Deadline's at 7, and the games don't start at 7:15. So So what they did, I mean, I wrote for the website, and some of the featurized stuff they would use the next day in the paper because, again, they didn't have anything to fill because they had no game stuff because the deadline was so early. That really opened my eyes. That was just a little over a year ago.
Yeah, but you know what? You still love the game, and I think that goes and shows right in your writing and everything you do when you talk about baseball.
I do. My wife always says that's what I was born to do, and she's right. I mean, I can't argue that, and it's still fun. I still enjoy it, and I know how much you love hockey, and now you're covering hockey full time, and it's good to see that too.
Well, I'm here with Hunter Homestack, who is everything for us. Like, you literally do everything, but you're a longtime Steelers fan.
Of course.
Like, the Steelers have always been like kind of inside of you, and you have, while reporters and everybody kind of edge more now on the side of fandom, you have a job where you can like still kind of
right.
You know, have that.
Running social media, of course, it's important because you're talking to your fans in a lot of the cases. So when you have a little fan edge to you, and I think it shows in my writing too. If you've seen my stuff even on DK, and especially before that, I'm not shy about being a fan. You know, my interest in sports started because I was a fan, and that led to my writing. It wasn't like I started writing, oh, this is the job I got, I guess I got to be this unbiased, super journalistic guy. So it didn't start like that. But when you think of Steelers, Maddie, I mean, you've been so close to the team now. Like, physically so close to the team on the field. What's the moment for you in the past, let's say 10 or fewer years, the Steelers moment of the last decade for you?
I don't know. It's so weird for me because I'm a little bit different. When you're on the field and shooting and everything, you have to distance yourself so much that I feel like the fandom from even like rooting for Mountaineer basketball, which you and I can both agree on, I just don't get behind it in the same way. I've had a couple favorite moments just from covering the team, you know, things that stand out for me, like photo-wise, like shooting AB with his, you know, extension against the Ravens on Christmas Day a couple years back. I think my all-time favorite Steelers moment, though, I actually quit a job at Target like a long time ago because I had tickets to the Steelers versus the Bears in a season where the Steelers weren't really playing so well. And then I was there for, you know, the bus just Brian Urlacher, and obviously they go on to win the Super Bowl. So I think that's one of my favorite moments. It was a snowy day. I quit my job because they wouldn't let me off, and that was more important at the time.
You went full bus on Target there. That was like Maddie versus Target.
I did. It was me, Target, and I went full on through.
I love that.
What about you, though?
For me, man, it comes back to a couple years ago, Steelers-Bengals in the playoffs. The game at the end, Joey Porter on the field inciting, you know, the dual 15-yard penalties. And even living through the Super Bowls, that game to me was more exciting than the Super Bowls. And I think it was the rivalry aspect of it. You know, you're in the Super Bowl, you're playing a team, obviously, in the other conference. It doesn't have that same rivalry vibe. That Bengals game, and also it was like a couple days after my birthday, we had a house full of just friends and family who are all crazy Steelers fans. And that's, to me, like, that's the beauty of sports, is unifying with your friends and your family and, like, sharing those moments. You know, if I was just watching that game by myself, still would have been pumped, but it wouldn't have been like that when you're just surrounded by it, you know?
Yeah, I loved it. That was right before I joined the team at DK Pittsburgh Sports the year before, and there's a lot of people in Morgantown who just like to see Pittsburgh fail at things, and they were already calling the Bengals the winners in that game, and I went through and I retweeted every single negative thing after the Steelers won that game.